types of things like fentanyl, like
Hey guys, welcome back to my Battletech run.
that do represent a danger to our community. So as long as we're stuck having to deal with a migrant influx, we cannot be out on patrol. We're
Still at the
already
beginning of it
behind the
still.
eight ball when it comes to the adversary having advantage along our borders because the area is simply so vast. That's why I say we need more technology, we need more infrastructure, we need more equipment. I worry at the end of the day not just about being able to keep
Okay.
people safe, but my brothers and sisters that are out there every day, they use those things, they depend on those things to make sure they get home safe and do what they should.
What's your answer? Because that sounds like you need more people, you need more resources in order to keep the country safe, is what you just said. How many do you estimate are in the dominant category because you don't have what you need at the border and you didn't get any more support for it today in this fiscal year? Do you have a number on that?
It would just be a guess because there's so much of the area that we don't have situational awareness. There's just so much of the border that we don't have control and we're not at right now. So I know what we see, what we're able to actually capture, and it's in the hundreds of thousands. Those are the numbers that really, for us, keep us up. If you know that all you need to do is yourself in to the Border Patrol and go through the process, what possible reason would you have for wanting to evade capture and put yourself in danger to stash house or lock yourself behind the tractor trailer? Probably have criminal intent that have bad intent that represent a possible threat to people in this country. That's the kind of thing that keeps us up at night, and that's why I say we cannot continue to the issue is the Border Patrol agents, and the U.S. Border Patrol exists and is needed to keep the American people safe from things that would do it harm. Nobody is saying that shouldn't take place, but it needs to take place in the right way. One of the reasons that I'm in danger, and it takes some habitats.
We have breaking news that I have to get to, but would this, just if you can give me a brief answer, if you possibly can, would this have dramatically cut down the number of single adult males that we see crossing the border in enormous numbers, and most of them get released into the country? Would this have had a good impact in turning that situation around?
If it allowed us to hold those people in custody until they're actually removed and delivered a consequence, then yes, it absolutely would.
Chief, thank you very much. There's a lot to talk to you about. I really appreciate you making time for it today. I hope you'll come back and join us again soon. It's a very important issue for Americans in international security, as I know you know better than any one of us. So thank you very much, sir, for all you do. And please send that message to everybody you're working with as well. We're grateful to them. All right, so we were just discussing this, and it is now official. The Senate has blocked the border bill from being debated, and it is likely done as you just heard, to the chief of our border desperately looking for more resources to keep the American people safe. Senator John Kennedy, who gets the bill, sits on the Appropriations, Judiciary, and Budget Committee, and he joins us now. So, Senator, I don't know if you got a chance to hear from Chief Owens, who said that he was disappointed that this would have helped us to make the country safer, would have cut down on the number of single adult males entering the country that we lost track of, not to mention these gang members as well. So tell us what your take is this afternoon as this thing has imploded.
Well, for several days, Martha, the border bill has been dead. It's been as dead as Woodrow Wilson. And now it's sufficient. We just finished voting. There will be some who want to continue to talk about this bill. It's their right, but I think they'll just be burning a corpse. How we got here is no mystery. Some of my Democratic colleagues say Republicans welched on a deal. There was no deal to welch on. As part of the supplemental bill, we asked to have some border provisions explored that might slow President Biden's open border down. Leader McConnell appointed James Langford to do that. He did the best he could, negotiated with people who support an open border. He brought the product back to us in the Republican conference in the Senate, and we said, James, we appreciate your hard work, but this is not sufficient. And that's what happened.
Yeah. Well, the question is whether or not it would have made people incrementally safer, because when you have a crisis that we cover here every day, we're talking about people on the terror watch list who are crossing, likely today, yesterday, while this whole thing is being discussed, people may be entering this country who are planning to do so harm. That's a pretty real assessment, I think. It's a fair assessment. This is Kristen Sinema, who is obviously from Arizona, who was part of the three-senator team who put this deal together. Here's what she had to say this morning when she spoke with Bill Hemmer and Dana Trina. Watch.
What our bill does do is close the border during times of high traffic. I do want to note, every single day this year, the border would have been closed had my bill become law. Every single day this year, because the number of people coming is so high.
Obviously, she's very frustrated. She said that in her home state, people they don't care about politics. They want to make, and you just said, Senator, that you're looking for some provisions that would improve, right? And we go through this, and I understand that people on both sides have very big, differences over this, but you don't think there were some provisions in there that were worth moving on?
I can't predict the future. I have to wait for it like everybody else. But I don't see how anybody can look at this bill and confidently predict it would have been an improvement.
Well, Chief of the Border Patrol just said exactly that. Don't you think that he probably knows better than anybody what would have helped his people out a little bit?
And I have great respect for him, but I disagree with him. If this bill would have required President Biden, it was giving him enormous discretion. And I don't think he cares. And when somebody acts like they don't care, sometimes it's not an act normal. This president, for example, Kirsten talked about in your clip there, she talked about the president's emergency powers. The president had emergency powers if he chose to use them.
All right, Senator, thank you very much. Obviously, very hot topic, something that people are very concerned about when they see what's going on in their cities, when people are being arrested. Many people feel like this is something that we need to figure something out quickly, that can't wait until the election necessarily. So I thank you for giving us your thoughts on all of it as you watch this afternoon, and we'll stay on it. We'll speak with you again soon. Thank you very much, sir. So, fair to say that there are deep divides that are playing out across the country on this issue. And when you get to the local level, residents and officials are grappling every day with the influx of migrants and the strain that it is putting on many of our cities. So in Colorado, last night, we found this meeting in Lakewood. Hundreds of people, every people in the hallways, they all wanted to be there to be part of this conversation. They wanted to make it clear to their leadership they do not have any intention of becoming a sanctuary city, which they're concerned might happen. Watch.
City Council is not discussing anything using the word sanctuary. They use words like good neighbors, welcoming, inclusive, supporting, sheltering, and really truly never may not be asking us. We're asking them if they help you.
We're going to talk to the residents from there coming up next.
Chief 4 ID lets you choose your adventure. Choose electric mode for even more capability and efficiency. Or choose gas mode for extended range. And choose our most capable Jeep Wrangler ever or our most awarded SUV ever. With you for adventure in Jeep 4 ID.
During the Jeep President's Day sales event, well-qualified receipts can lease the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe for $499. Don't miss this great offer. Hurry in today.
If you have Graves' disease, your eye symptoms could mean something more. That gritty feeling can't be brushed away. Even a little blurry vision can distort things, and something serious may be beneath those itchy eyes. Up to 50% of people with Graves could develop a different condition called thyroid eye disease, which should be treated by a different doctor. See an expert. Find a TED eye specialist at visitted.com. This or that. solutions to get all your home projects done together. Get started today at Angie.com. Switch to consumer cellular. We've got everything you need. And none of the big wireless schools. Take this all-new Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra with the exact same big wireless coverage for up to half the cost. And for a limited time, get up to $400 off the Samsung Galaxy S24 series.
Oh, what's up? Watching the game? Maybe a little late. A little bit of game action on it. Now, any game becomes the game. They got holes and numbers, and every time they throw the ball, kick the ball, dribble the ball, they just not even ball. Beat the ball. Now that bet's got you watching every inning, half, round, period, set, hold, elect. Right from the edge of your seat. Hit it with the pro now.
Command
A
interface
lot of people ask me,
initiated.
Kathy, what are you doing these days? Well, I have a new farm I'm working. Too much. I'm going strong. I'm doing the things I love to do. And now I can do it on my own schedule. But you know what helps me the most, everybody? Battletech. It's such a simple concept, and it works beautifully. If you want to make a huge change in your life, try Battletech. Extended limited time offer. Get 35% off plus a free vibrate spice by using discount code BOO. Tonight on the Angle, a dad loses his legal battle to stop his 8-year-old son from changing genders. That father joins us exclusively tonight at 7 p.m.
They call themselves the Rufus Funk Gang. Their reign of terror began with a little bomb effect. This God is my witness. We will see justice done. Make y'all kings of this new world. Fools to take it.
Fucking place has got me all messed up.
And I've been on my own. It's been really challenging in order to make ends meet. Even the agency that I deal with for things like food, keeping the cost of food down, help with toiletries and other
Position confirmed.
that just always done with a smile. Thanks to United Way, seniors like myself live in grace and
On my
dignity.
way.
No enough saying this. Wake up,
Clubs,
idiot.
leagues, and
We've
courts
got
in every
company.
province and territory across Canada. Squash is esports for
Battlematch.
wall-to-wall fun,
You can't
fitness,
fight it.
and friendship. From coast to coast to coast.
Any more objections?
Learn to play, and you'll want to do it every day.
Get out there and fight.
Squash. Play inside the box.
New sensor contact.
So some new development today around a migrant suspected of beating NYPD officers in Times Square in this horrific video. So a senior border official telling Fox that 4 of them, believed to have fled New York, are still at large. There's a manhunt that is underway across multiple law enforcement agencies, and the release of the suspects in these beatings without bail prompted the GOP to call to fire Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg.
Is failing to execute the most basic functions of that job, which is to protect
Ready
the
for
people of
orders.
Manhattan. In my view, he's almost a danger to the borough of
Ordnance
Manhattan.
received.
So across the country, residents are expressing concern and anger in some cases about this growing migrant crisis. They are holding in town hall meetings because they're concerned about how it might impact their community. And one of those happened last night in Lakewood, Colorado. Look how busy.
I could
Look
do
how
this all
crowded
day.
this is. These people turned out force.
What's up,
This is a suburb of Denver. The residents gathered there to voice their opposition. They say they do not like the language that's being used around how they're going to help in this issue. They do not want to be a sanctuary city, just like Denver, which took in 40,000 migrants in the past year. They could have no plans to become a sanctuary city. They're simply offering to help Denver with the influx and be, quote, good neighbors. Listen to some of the Lakewood residents. Watch this.
Why did our city manager go to the city of Denver to see how they can, how is Lakewood going to help the city of Denver with this migrant issue?
Waiting for
One
orders.
Lakewood resident, Mary Jansen, joins us now. She attended last night's meeting. She's a former Lakewood a city council member, and she has lived there for close to 60 years. Mary, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us what happened at this meeting. Why so many of the residents seem to sense that this is sliding in a direction that they're concerned about.
Absolutely. So we had a council meeting. I wasn't at that council meeting, but I did watch it. And after that meeting and the general reports, they came out the council voted to send the city manager to Denver to see how they could help the migrant issue. It kind of left some open doors, and everyone's wondering, are we a sanctuary city or are we not? Are we going to be a sanctuary city? What does that entail? They weren't talking to any of the people. I have talked to several people that contacted their counselors and they're not getting straight answers. So there's a group of people that got together and this final meeting took place. And as you can see,
What's up, boss?
I hope you'll come back. We're going to stay on this story, but I have to break away right now because we're hearing from the Secretary of State. My thanks to Mary Jane for joining us from Lakewood, and that is before we look down. Here's the Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, on the heels of discussions for
Locked on.
And day after day, more people are killed. All of my previous visits here, and pretty much every day in between, we have pressed Israel in concrete ways
Target
to
confirmed.
strengthen civilian protection, to get more assistance to those in need. And over the past 4 months, Israel has taken important steps to do just that. Starting the flow of aid, doubling
One.
response with hostage releases, opening the north and south corridors in Gaza so that people could move out of immediate harm's way through these corridors with 4 hours of pause every day, 3 hours notice. Opening commercial law, starting the flow of assistance from north, establishing deconfliction paths in 4 humanitarian sites. As a result, today, more assistance than ever is moving into Gaza from more places than at any time since October 7th. As the largest donor of humanitarian aid to Palestinians, the United States has helped provide much of that assistance, including funding 90,000 metric tons of flour delivered from Ashdod Port. That's enough to provide bread for 1.4 million people in the next 5 months. A UN team began its mission to the north to assess conditions and civilians who are still there,
Good to go.
as well as what needs to be done to allow displaced Palestinians to return back home. And yet, as I said to the Prime Minister and to other Israeli officials today, the daily toll that its military operations continue to take on innocent civilians remains too high.
Target acquired.
In our discussions today, I highlighted some key steps that Israel should take to ensure that more aid reaches more people in Gaza. Israel should open a Reds so that assistance can flow to northern Gaza, where the hundreds of thousands of people are struggling to survive under dire conditions. It should expedite the flow of humanitarian assistance from Jordan. It should strengthen deconfliction and improve coordination with the humanitarian provider. And Israel must ensure that the delivery of life-saving assistance to Gaza is not blocked for any reason by anyone. We urge Israel to help
Gonna need
civilians
a medic.
knowing full well
Damage
that it
is light.
faces an enemy that would never hold itself to those standards. An enemy that cynically embeds itself among men, women, and children and fires rockets on hospitals, schools, mosques, and residential buildings. An enemy whose leaders surround themselves with hostages. An enemy that has declared publicly its goal to kill as many innocent civilians as it can, simply because they're Jews, and to wipe Israel off the map. That's why we've made clear that Israel is fully justified confronting Hamas and other terrorist organizations. And that's why the United States has done more than any other country to support Israel's right to ensure that October 7th never happens again. Israelis were dehumanized in the most horrific way on October 7th. The hostages have been dehumanized every day since. But that cannot be a license.
Where the fuck do I go now?
The overwhelming majority of people in
Here.
Gaza had nothing to do with the attacks on October 7th. The families in Gaza who survived depends on deliveries of aid from Israel. They're just like our families. Their mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, want to earn a decent living, send their kids to school, have a normal life. That's who they are. That's what they're about. And we cannot, we must not lose sight. We cannot, we must not lose sight.
Destroyed. Warning. Heat exceeding recommended level.
We remain determined as well to pursue a diplomatic path
On
to
my way.
adjust and lasting peace and security for all of the region and no proliferation rate. And that diplomatic path continues to come into ever sharper focus as I travel throughout the region and talk to all of our kinds of partners. And Israel is fully integrated into the region with normal relations with key countries, including Saudi Arabia, with firm guarantees for security, alongside a concrete, time-bound, irreversible path to a Palestinian state living side by side in peace and security with Israel, with the necessary security assurance. Over the course of this trip, we discussed both the substance and sequence of steps that all would need to take to make this path real.
On my way.
That includes steps by the Palestinian Authority to reform the environment. And I reaffirmed the imperative of those steps in my meeting today with President Abbas. Chief among them, improving governance, increasing accountability for Palestinian people, reforms that Palestinian improvements commitments, and the recently announced reform package, and that we urge to implement swiftly. Now,
Got it.
see so many of the actors in the region lining up
Location confirmed.
to move down the path that I just described. But some are not. Some are trying to sabotage that path. For all their purposes, continue to escalate and expand the cycle of violence that we all want to break. We'll continue to defend our people. We'll continue to defend our interests in the face of such attack. Not to fuel escalation, but to prevent it. Finally, in my discussion today with the Prime Minister and senior officials, I also raised
All right,
strong
people,
concerns
you know what to do.
about
Marines,
actions
clear
of
the ship of
others,
pirates.
including from government officials,
With pleasure, Dr.
that
Mirage.
frame tensions that undercut international support and place greater constraint on Israel's security. The people of Israel have sacrificed enormously to forge this nation, to defend it. They will on the other side the right path to take, and whether they're ready to make difficult choices necessary to realize the vision of a long elusive concept of true peace,
Targeting
true security. As a true friend of Israel, as the country that has always been first to its side, whether that was May 14, 1948, or October 7, 2023, we will always offer our best on the choices we make in this country, especially once the time comes. Thank you.
The first question goes to Phil on Jones with the New York Times. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, for the question. Just have a couple for you. I know that you said there's still room for improvement in terms of negotiations and hostages. The Prime Minister afterwards bluntly dismissed Hamas's response, describing it even as ludicrous. I just want to clarify, is this response or these negotiations DOA at this point? And what specifically did the Prime Minister object to in that response? Also, the Prime Minister shortly after he heard made clear that Israeli troops would move to Rafah. Would perhaps simply stand by as this action is pursued,
Standing by.
even with 1 million Palestinians or Palestinians being held or in Rafah, assuming that they're according to them. And if I may, Congress is now moving ahead with a bill to prepare aid for Ukraine with the Israel. If the administration endorses any potential package that once again prohibits unemployment.
Now, I'm taking it that includes the questions of all of your colleagues. Is that right?
I don't think so. I couldn't do that.
All right. Starting with the first part. Look, as I said, we looked very carefully at what came back from us, and there are clearly
Standing by.
non-starters in what is put forward.
Affirmative.
But we also see space in what came back to pursue negotiations to see if we can get to an agreement. And that's what we intend to do.
Acknowledge.
And I'm not going to speak for Israel or anyone else involved, but again, we believe the space is there, and we believe that we should pursue it. With regard to law, look, as I said before, Israel has the responsibility, has the obligation to do everything possible to ensure that civilians are protected and that they get the assistance they need in the course of this conflict. Any military campaign, military operation that Israel undertakes needs to put civilians first and foremost in mind. And as suggested, again, by some of us to do that. And that's especially true in the case of Raqqa, where there are somewhere between 1.2 and 1.4 million people, many of them displaced from other parts of Gaza. So we want to make sure again that if anything that's done, any military operations,
Slight damage, Commander.
the situation for civilians is first and foremost in mind, and that necessary steps are taken to make sure that they're protected and they have the assistance they need.
You suggested some ways to do that.
Well, I'm just trying to urges you now building on what's already done
Solid connection on
in
that
terms
one.
of both humanitarian assistance and civilian protection. And as I said, in the case of Raqqa itself, that's extremely important because it has such a dense population displaced from other parts of Gaza. And on
Waiting for orders.
look, we were deeply concerned by the allegations that were made about the participation involvement of some of its employees in October 7th. And it's imperative that, as the UN said, so there be a thorough investigation, there be clear accountability, and there be clear measures put in place to make sure that this can't happen against personnel who were not involved in terrorism events on October 7th. We know that the work that underperforms, the functions that it performs, have to be preserved because so many lives depending on it. And so going forward, we're the actions that are taken. And as I said, it's imperative that the functions are which then would potentially
We're going to bring in Nathan Sales from Ambassador Mars and for counterterrorism under President Trump. Ambassador Miller will be back on the program. You've been listening to this with us, obviously, and been listening to
Dr. Morano,
put out from them.
the pilots have Alpha Squad pinned down in the Argo's main hallway. Bravo Squad is holding the door to engineering, but you better hurry up.
Just hear your thoughts, let everyone hear your thoughts on what is happening there, and whether or not Lincoln's reaction to Netanyahu saying no deal is what he would suggest coming from the U.S. government.
Hey, Martha, good to see you. I think, first of all, we all want this war to be over as soon as possible. We all want the hostages to come home safely and soundly, reunited with their families. But what I heard from the secretary was disappointing. What Israel needs right now is not a lecture. It doesn't need its best friend to wag a finger in its face. What it needs is U.S. support. Churchill said, give us the tools and we'll finish the job. We all should want Israel to finish this job quickly
so that peace can be restored. The only way to restore peace in Gaza and across the region is for Hamas to be eliminated. That is Israel's real aim. And the Biden administration has said we support Israel in its efforts to completely eradicate Hamas so that it can never threaten Israel again and so that it can no longer misrule over Palestinian civilians as well. What I'm starting to see is the Biden administration going wobbly. Why is that? I mean, half of the electoral politics are starting to enter into the calculation. Is this about Michigan and its 15 electoral votes as the Biden administration starts to worry about bleeding support on Democratic?
I think it's a very valid question as we get into this, and whether or not the administration is going wobbly, as you say, could easily be the result of pressures that he is seeing in these protests across the country. Not only that, what about what happened on the Hill? There was it's one the Israel bill that was brought up by Speaker Johnson yesterday, broken apart from this border and Ukraine comprehensive bill that at one point some hope for. The Israel aid bill was shot down on Capitol Hill.
Yes, Commander.
Right. Well, the situation on Capitol Hill is fluid, changes minute by minute, second by second. Congress needs to do its job. Congress needs to provide funding for our friends who are facing existential threats, whether that's the Taiwanese who are living at the People's Liberation Army potentially invading as soon as 2017, whether it's the Israelis who are facing genocidal terrorists backed by Iran as it races towards a nuclear program. So that's the Jewish state, whether it's Ukraine facing an invasion from Russia. Congress, please do your job. Fund our friends because it is in the interest of the United States or our enemies, whether it's Russia or China or Iran, to not feel that they have the upper hand.
Ignoring these things is a luxury that we probably can't afford. I'm going to play a little bit for you from President Biden the other day because it's relevant to the conversation that we're having, during which he couldn't recall the name of the terrorist group that attacked Israel on October the 7th. Let's play this. I want to hear what you think.
For some movement, there's been a response from there's been a response. The opposition. But, yes, I'm sorry.
Enemy mech destroyed. Warning. T2 critical. Shutting down.
Well, it doesn't inspire confidence, does it, Martha? Look, the President of the United States has one job, and that is to protect U.S. national security, both here at home and to protect our interests abroad. And part of protecting our interests abroad means standing shoulder to shoulder with our allies, and Israel is one of our closest allies. If we can't count on the President to even know the name of the enemy, we've got to wonder whether he's really up to the job of protecting from our enemies and from the enemies that menace our friends as well.
Ambassador Nathan Sales, thank you very much. Always good to see you, sir. Thanks for stopping by.
Likewise.
Yeah. All right, so there is a powerful warning on Capitol Hill today about U.S. democracy. A House committee holding a hearing on, quote, American confidence in elections. One of the witnesses today was Molly Hemingway, editor-in-chief of The Federalist and a Fox News contributor. Here's part of what Molly testified to today on Capitol Hill. Watch.
Instead of having total security and a verifiable chain of custody for ballots being issued, cast, and counted, we flood addresses across the country with tens of millions of unsupervised mail-in ballots months ahead of elections, frequently to locations from which voters, if they're even alive, have long since moved.
Copy that.
Instead of having election administration that is rigorously nonpartisan and impartial under the law, we have allowed the private takeover of government election offices by partisan oligarchs and their armies of activists who use those offices and their authorities to tilt the election toward favored candidates. Instead of a vibrant public square where Americans can debate issues and express their strongly held views, We have an elaborate censorship industrial complex where the government works hand in hand with tech oligarchs to suppress and blacklist debate on all the important issues that contribute to election outcomes. This is something I know firsthand because our government used tech companies to censor me for my election reporting.
So remember tonight, Molly Hemingway on Jesse Waters Primetime at 8 p.m. Eastern here on Fox. She is laying out her own research. She wrote a book on this and the custody of ballots, obviously very important to a fair and open election. So take a look at this. Democrats' advantage over Republicans among Black and Hispanic voters is shrinking all the time, and it is now at an all-time low, according to the folks at Gallup. Democrats still have the edge in party preference. That is no surprise, but it has dropped by double digits among both of these groups in the past 3 years to the lowest level that Gallup has ever reported in this particular family as well, civil rights attorney and Fox contributor Leo. Maybe how you read us today. We've seen a number of examples across the country of why this deterioration may be happening, and I want to get into some of those with you. But just your top-line reaction to this continuing shift in the political demographic in this country.
Very simply, thank you for asking, Martha. The Democrat playbook is outdated. The message is old. This country is not systemically racist. And so when Joe Biden goes into a black church every 4 years, that's not going to signal the black community to vote for the Democrats. And I'll go to this community. It's a Democrat policy, Martha. It's a Democrat policy on immigration, law and order, the economy, inflation. Those things affect Black Americans. And Black Americans and Hispanics are saying those laws are hurting us. And the Trump effect is in place.
Waiting for order.
The decline is because many African American Hispanics feel that they had a better standard of living during the Trump administration, and Trump, being a wealthy billionaire, is talking about those issues. Talking about gas prices. But when you look at the effect of immigration on Democratic cities, Black and Hispanic, it is creating a tension in those communities, and that's why you see this shift.
No doubt about it. I want to play this from Mayor Eric Adams because it seems, and we also have an example from Brandon Johnson if we get to it, the Chicago mayor, in a sort of a similar vein. And it appears that there's an effort among some Democratic leaders to continue to remind Black voters of where their alliance should be, in their opinion. This is Eric Adams in New York a few days ago, January 31st.
Have you ever seen a truck in the city of New York?
Roger that.
Man, this is a Matthew 25:12 moment. Jesus walked in the temple. He saw the door open in the temple. He did what?
Oh, damn it.
Yes.
Oh,
I went to City Hall to try to take him over.
meat.
Oh, Martha, thank you for that question. You know what's hitting on them? Blacks, whites, Hispanics, everyone, regardless of color. You know why? Because the city's in turmoil. That's a perfect example of why Blacks and Hispanics and all people are rejecting Democrat policy. Look at what's happening in Chicago. I want to be very clear. I've been a civil rights attorney for 30 years. There is no systemic racism in our government. You have Black mayors, and he's sitting there telling you that the race card is still alive and well. That is a lie. When it comes to Democratic cities, the same thing for Chicago, the same thing for Los Angeles. Minorities are everywhere in this country. By the way, we had a Black president, I think in 2008, for 8 years.
You know, what's ironic to me in that soundbite, Leo, is that I think a lot of people would love for someone to come and flip over the table in Albany and other places. And the mayor said that's what he wanted to do. And I think
Nice.
Black New Yorkers, white New Yorkers, Hispanic New Yorkers would like to see a shakeup for the better. So that to me is separate from this idea that, you know, which I think, you know, you have just stated you think it's disingenuous that he's being pushed back on or not able to do his job because he hired so many Black people to be part of his leadership team.
And that's the game that the Democrats play. I really know it. There's a fool trying to get the governor order to remove Alvin Bragg. They can't. You know why, Marvin? Because of the skin color. I think politics have boxed in the Democrats, and it allows them to hold incompetent people, allow them to remain in office. Alvin Bragg is incompetent. His skin color keeps him in office.
I just want to say one last soundbite. This is President Biden in the last presidential election talking to someone who I think was a very important person to speak to for people running for high office, Charlemagne the God, and this is from Breakfast Club with that watch.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black, it don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community.
Good response to that.
Mission
Very
successful.
quickly, Fox has
Excellent.
that statement is the reason why I left the Democrat and became a Republican and voted for Trump. And I said on Sean Hannity's show, that's the reason why I left. That statement is racist.
Leo, thank you. Always great to have you with us, sir. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
So here's the big news that I just mentioned. The U.S. sources now telling Fox that an American strike has killed at least one senior member of an Iran proxy group in Iraq. Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin live at the Pentagon with the details on this. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Martha. Well, the details are coming in. We can confirm with two senior U.S. defense officials that it was a U.S. drone that took out a senior leader of the Contempt Hezbollah group in eastern Baghdad. It was a Hellfire missile that was fired on an SUV, we're told, where this leader was traveling in eastern Baghdad. There were several other people in the car, possibly members of Contempt Hezbollah, we're told. This is a group that, of course, the U.S. military has been tracking since the attack on the base that killed 3 Americans inside Jordan. All right, we had been told, Jennifer, that there were going to be layers of these strikes that would be the retaliation for the loss of 3 U.S. service members, and that these individuals would not be off limits. There was a lot of discussion that maybe they had left the area, but it seems that this person was where he shouldn't be, or where he should be, I guess, if you're looking at it from a U.S. perspective in terms of this mission. So, Jennifer, thank you very much. Let us know what more you learned. Thanks, Jennifer. So Americans drowning in credit card debt like never before, and millennials are having an especially hard time keeping up with their payments. Some financial words of wisdom from Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, coming up next.
Tempur-Pedic designed the perfect smart base to help you fall asleep more easily. It's the only smart base that features our exclusive soundscape mode that synchronizes a gentle massage with relaxing sounds to help you drift peacefully off to sleep. During Tempur-Pedic Sunset Sale, save up to $500 in select adjustable mattress sets and experience undisturbed. Learn more at Tempur-Pedic.
Chief Enterprise Intelligence. It's your vision. It's your right. I'm a 79-year-old veteran. I set a state record in New York State for my age bracket. I set a national record. Their body is remarkable. It's more enough for independent degeneration. Depending on the food you put inside your body, my body adapts better eating healthier food, putting better things in me. I don't have the discipline to put together all of that fruit and vegetable thing. Forget about it. And balance in nature helps me do that. I take balance in nature because I see the benefits for me. I'm reaping the benefit of this farm. There's no question in my mind. Otherwise, I wouldn't take it.
Happy New Year! Our limited time offer is extended. Get 35% off plus a free fiber and spice supplement with your first order as a preferred customer by using discount code
They're just not that old. Here's the thing. Homebuilders put in high-end kitchens, bathrooms, and low-end windows just aren't that good. So even if your windows are only 7 to 10 years old, they may still need to be replaced. So there's so many window companies out there. What's different about your company? Well, besides being a full-service replacement window division and we're the company people tend to call when they're particularly about their home. They don't want just any old window, any old install. So your standards for installs are pretty high, right? Yeah, Brian, you can have the best window or door before it's not installed correctly, it's gonna fail. So hire these jack of all trades installers with these gutters side by side. Our window installation teams do our windows year in, year out, and have done thousands. Anytime a homeowner has to deal with multiple home improvement companies, they get stuck in the blame game. Yeah, with other companies, there's an issue. The manufacturer blames the installer blames the manufacturer. With us, there's no finger pointing. We're blaming each other. We're both the installer and the manufacturer. So, is it easy for a homeowner to get a price? Very easy. Walk around your house, select your current patio door windows, and we'll give you a price. Let's get for an entire year. So that's great.
This month only, save 20% on windows, save 20% on patio doors, and save 20% on entry doors. Plus, take $150 off your entire purchase with zero money down, zero monthly payments, and zero interest for 1 year. This offer ends February 29th. For a free appointment with Renewal by Energy, call 1-800-704-4200. That's 1-800-704-4200.
Okay, there is the scene in Costa Mesa, California. Nikki Haley campaigning there today. She is looking ahead to Super Tuesday next month. After losing the Nevada primary, the winner was, quote, none of these candidates. That got checked off more than anyone else. She was on with Charles Payne earlier on Fox Business. She said she didn't campaign or spend any money in Nevada, where the primary, she said, was just symbolic. We didn't spend a day or a dollar there. We weren't even worried about it. That's why we haven't talked about it. Our focus is on South Carolina, going into Michigan, going into Super Tuesday. Those are the places that we're worried about. We're not focused on Nevada. We never were. So former President Trump was not on the Nevada primary ballot. He is competing in the caucuses tomorrow. That's the contest where the 26 delegates for the Republican Party are up for grabs after a dispute between the state and Nevada's Republican Party. So take a look at this. U.S. credit card debt hitting a new all-time high. $1.13 trillion in the last 3 months of 2023. That according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. And younger adults are having the most trouble paying their bills. Let's bring in Kevin O'Leary, Chairman of O'Leary Ventures, Shark investor, and Mr. Wonderful. Great to see you. Thank you very much for being here today. I mean, that's a pretty scary chart going back to 2018. They wouldn't have popped that up again. But it pretty much takes off like a rock.
This is the number one question I get on social media today about this situation. Most people start their home, start using credit cards to buy business services to work for manufacturers. They bought a lot, assuming that they're really smarter that they will call. So the real issue here is at the same time this is occurring, the Fed all of a sudden with something historic raised rates to an unprecedented level in terms of pace. Never seen before. Credit card debt is 18%. Now up to 23%, 24%, 25%. So you're servicing even small amounts of incredibly high interest rate payments. This is a big problem.
So I just want to go to this flashback. This was 5 back in the middle of last month as the price of food.
By the way, anybody want to talk to me? Other 6 class will
Early 2020 to now, about 39%. At the same time, the average salary only increased 4%. It's about $62,000 a year. So all of these pre-inflation costs have skyrocketed around housing, food, energy. And people are getting squeezed. Where you get money, put it on your credit. It's a very bad. Now, the way to solve this, to give millennials some advice,
advice is the two simple hacks. Number one, you've got to cut your spending back by about 15% per year. Take the difference, which is small, maybe 60,000, still very effective. I put it against the credit card debt on a monthly basis. And the other hack, and I want to be fully transparent here, I'm an investor in this one, is called the built credit card, BILT, where you pay your rent on your credit card. This thing has exploded since that data came out because the number one cost of living is in their rent. They've never been able to pay on their credit card before, and that lets you increase your credit rating because you have to pay the rent, and you get affinity points with it. For the first time ever, you buy anything you want, plus your rent on your credit card. The valuation of the company, you covered it on Fox just last week, went from $30 million to $3.1 billion. It's the most successful credit card in America.
So, just so I'm clear, I mean, obviously, if you're putting a credit card, isn't that going to make your credit card debt a whole lot higher because it's such a large bill, your entire rent?
The whole idea is you have to pay your rent or you're getting it up on the street. So the idea is you take the bill card, pay your rent with it, and pay it off every month. That makes your credit rating go up. At the same time, you build up point after point after point you can never do before. Now, if you're not planning on paying your rent, you're going to end up in a bad place anyways. It's the number one expense you must pay off every month. And you're doing it now anyways. If you haven't paid your rent in 3 months, you're not in your apartment anymore. That's what happens.
You say to cut your spending by 15%. Where do you see the most waste? You know, what can people do first and say, just cut that habit now?
I'm getting really good at this. I make all of my students, I teach this a lot for all kinds of colleges. 2 pieces of paper, left paper, 90 days worth of your income, including your side hustle, the money you're going to take, or whatever you're getting in. The right paper, remember this, all your costs. What you're going to find is that you're spending yourself and sending and adding your credit card. So, number one, stop buying all that crap you don't need. Look in your closet. You have too many sneakers, too many jeans, too many tops, too many bottoms. That's the first place. Clothing is such a waste. Most people just wear 20% of what they owe. And second of all, you gotta stop buying lunch at $18. You know you can make a sandwich for $2. And that $5 coffee, stop. You can make one for 15 cents.
Yeah, that's $6 smoothies, a $5 coffee, and bring your lunch is a great way to cut back. But don't make me cut back on clothing. That's coming for me. Thank you, Kevin.
Take care.
You too. Great to see you. So coming up now is this peek at my Fox Nation special, which is going to drop this week. The Fall of the House of Murdoch, the George speak is this edition. Last week, the judge denied Alan Murdoch's request for a full new murder trial in the death of his wife Maggie and son Paul. His lawyers accused the county clerk of jury tampering. I sat down with some of those jurors and asked them about that claim. Did you feel pressured to reach a verdict quickly? Not by Becky, no.
No. She made it clear. She said that the Judge Lewis stated that we had until 10 o'clock to deliberate. That was the time we were here. But it was fine. She found a hotel. We would have to be sequestered, which made sense. We were in deliberations. We didn't go to deliberate that day, but it made sense. But there was no pressure whatsoever. And the poor lady, I mean, she even told us when we were in there alone, in the room of life, she told us, you don't have to do this tonight. If you're too tired, you don't have to do this tonight. We don't have to do it. And even after we came to our verdict, she said, if you don't feel comfortable with your decision, we don't have to do it. We can stay here, or we can come back here until you are comfortable.
Very interesting. They shared a lot of insight into the trial, what happened with me yesterday. So the Fall of the House of Murdoch, the jurors speak, that drops on Fox Nation on Friday. You can download that and watch it on Friday this weekend. So thanks for being here, everybody. That's the story for today. As always, the story goes on. So have a great evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 3 o'clock. You all will get started right about now. I'm great. I'm all free.
Get a razor thin, part in here, every move counts.
chaos. It doesn't mean the speaker will to block everything. There's 30 hard-right people just want chaos.
It's the only way to get the things on the floor when you have the votes. Sometimes you got to smoke out where the no votes are.
I mean, maybe colleagues get off each refocus on matters of policy. That's what we actually get things done.
It's like this every year. So, but somehow America's so we're supposed to be on so maybe it was a little bit of optimism.
Well, we could use that. The Grand Old Party suffered some Grand Old mixes, and now a Grand Old reassessment going on. Undertaker is still standing, and the Republicans felt sure they had the votes to take him down to the House. They didn't. And the border bill is collapsing in the Senate with no new border fix in sight. All that and that standalone Israeli aid bill will also go down in defeat. That is giving House Speaker Mike Johnson then another black eye when he doesn't need it. White House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Mark Reed says don't count Republicans out. And Democratic Senator Michael Bennett vows to get Ukraine funding back in. Both are here, and your rule is now. All right, I had a hard time just keeping up with this. Welcome, everybody. I'm Neil Pivot, and let's get right to it. I'm honestly keeping track of this. It looks like a tennis back and forth, back and forth. Where are we now?
I don't think it's going to make sense if I say that this is the vote before the vote before the vote, but that's where we are right now. A lot of anxiety right now. A lot of folks in the press corps are huddled around the offices of Leader Schumer and Leader McConnell because we're waiting on the next important vote, which is the vote to allow a national security supplemental, a huge package to be put on the floor for a vote. What's going on right now is the vote before that, but it's already passed, so we don't need to talk about that. I don't want to confuse you all at home. So let's talk about what happened a little bit earlier. This was important to a large group of Republicans and several Democrats. They blocked consideration of that controversial border deal we've been talking about for several days now. Even 60 days, it died 49 to 50. James Langford voted yes on it, as did Romney, Murkowski, Collins, and GOP leader Mitch McConnell, if you can believe this, was a nail in the coffin with the 41st vote essentially killing that border deal. Here's some reaction off the floor.
I just voted on the border bill and my people notice because I don't think it's one of these things where it's like, well, it makes me feel better, but I think it makes it worse.
I came to serve the Senate because it's a serious place where people want to solve problems and help make the world better. A day like today makes it hard to believe in that.
So now we're on to the backup plan. So we're waiting for it to start. Neil, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is going to offer up a national security package without the border policy. So he's setting that aside now. This will be again a test vote to see if the Senate can actually vote on it. McConnell is a huge supporter of Ukraine aid. He was asked if he thinks it's going to pass today. He said, we'll let you know. Senator Tillis says he thinks it's going to pass. J.D. Vance said he thinks it's going to be a close one. Leader Schumer has already been signaling today that he hopes the House, if it passes the Senate, will actually take it out. Listen.
The majority of Republicans in the House said they want to do Ukraine, they want to do Israel, and we hope that if we pass it in the Senate, that the House would then rise to the occasion. The House is in chaos. It doesn't behoove the Speaker well to block everything because 30 hard right-wing people just want chaos.
Now, Johnson hasn't shut the door on it yet, especially after he failed to pass that standalone Israel aid bill last night, and after that very embarrassing Mayorkas impeachment vote failed as well. Thomas Massie actually took to X today, blasting the speaker, saying, what's changed since we elected a new speaker? Other folks have tried to come out in defense of House Speaker Mike Johnson, but again, all eyes are on the Senate right now and whether they can move forward now with this national security package, sending $60 billion to Ukraine. Yeah.
Thank you for all of that, Aisha. Meanwhile, we're going to be speaking to Mark Reed at outside.
Okay, let's save it.
They're not done with Alejandro Mayorkas. We got an indication today from Alejandro Mayorkas himself that he's done with that.
The allegations are baseless, and I'm focused on.
I'm gonna see you guys next time. All right, peace.
Las Vegas today.
Indicated they may hold another vote and they might have the numbers at that point to impeach you. If that happened, would you consider stepping aside?
No, I would not.
No, I would not. When it comes to stepping aside, Peter Ducey at the White House on how they are positioning this right now. Hey, Peter.